Welcome to Pioneer Football 2003. I'm your host, Mark Lamberth, along with head coach Dave King and defensive coordinator Stu Smith. Pioneers were on the road this week at Nettleton. Came away with a 41-0 victory over Nettleton. And, Coach, I got to be honest with you, while we were waiting on Coach Smith after the ball game, Shelton and I were talking about the ball game and all the things that we thought had gone wrong. And we looked at one another and said, wait a minute, we won the football game 41-0.
Well, sometimes you have to guard against that. We do that too as coaches, looking at the film on Saturday morning. There was some things early that went wrong. We roughed the kicker and had a fumble in the first half, and we're only up 14-0. But for the most part, came out in the second half and dominated the game, scored every time we had the ball, and thought the defense had another good night. And sometimes you got to watch, having too high of a standard. They're high school kids, and there's going to be some mistakes, but we're getting better. Something
we've alluded to before, we're not always going to be up 42-3 at halftime, Stuart. And this was homecoming for Nettleton. Their kids were pumped up. They had a couple of long drives early in the first half. I thought our kids responded well, particularly on the defensive side of the football.
Well, yeah, those kids played hard, and that's a tribute to their coaching staff. They had them up ready to play, and early in the game we had a penalty that gave them a second chance after the first possession, and they took the ball and took it down until we stopped them on downs, and then another time after we fumbled, they took the ball down and got close and had a 4th and goal, and we were able to stop them, and probably turning points in the game right there for us to be able to hold that 2-touchdown lead going into half.
We'll be back with first half action right after these messages.
Batesville Pioneer Football 2003 brought to you by Batesville Cold Storage, serving the Batesville area for 10 years. Independence Ford Mercury, sales, leasing, service, and parts. White River Insurance Agency, a tradition of insurance excellence since 1953. And Batesville Glass, commercial, residential, and auto.
Sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Townsend's, pleased to support Pioneer Football. Autry's White River Furniture Company, we love customers. ConAgra, working hard to become America's favorite food company. And Stanley Wood Chevrolet Pontiac, Scott Wood Chrysler Dodge Jeep.
Other sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003, Settles Cleaners, let us do your dirty work. GDX Automotive, go Pioneers. Mazzio's Pizza, try our lunch buffet, 11 to 2 every day. WRMC Pros, proud to provide professional sports medicine services to the BHS Athletic Department. And Charlie's Menswear, largest selection of jeans in the area. Shop us for quality selection at quality prices.
And also sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Independence County Abstract Company, Glendale McMullen and Cynthia Nicholson, serving the people of Independence County for over 60 years. Kelly White's Restaurant, buffets every day at lunch and Friday and Saturday nights. Van Atkins, your locally owned family department store, proudly serving the Batesville area for over 50 years.
Pioneer Football 2003 also brought to you by White Rogers and Emerson Climate Technologies Company. Sonic Drive-In Family Night Special, 1/2 price single patty burgers, 5 to close, Tuesdays at 715 St. Louis Street and 2950 Harrison. Also, Pioneer Football 2003 brought to you by the VFW Post 4501 Batesville.
And sponsoring Batesville Pioneer Football 2003, Thompson's Jewelry, downtown Batesville. Quality jewelry since 1924 at Thompson's. Wildwood Independent Living Center, where senior citizens can live in comfortable surroundings while maintaining their independence. Riverside Mobile Homes at the top of Ramsey Mountain, family owned and operated since 1989. Nora's Boutique and Merle Norman Cosmetic Studio, for more than the ordinary. More sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003. Batesville Poultry Equipment, 1401 White Drive. Good luck, Pioneers. Atlas Asphalt and White River Materials remind you to use caution in construction areas. Please work with our flagmen. We will do everything we can to get you through the construction with a minimum of delay. And First Community Bank, the cornerstone of our community.
Welcome back to Pioneer Football 2003. As we mentioned before, it was homecoming for Nettleton. It was a beautiful night for football. And on the road, you always want to get off to a good start.
Well, we definitely do. We came out and had a good defensive stand there early and had an unfortunate penalty, roughing the kicker and roughing the punter. Kept their first drive alive, but our defense rose up and stopped them, and we scored in about 6 plays and got a good start in that first quarter.
Pioneers won the toss and deferred their decision until the second half, so Pioneers will kick off to begin the ball game.
See, we got the ball teed up, ready to go. James Neal getting the kickoff team ready, and Scott Wycliffe comes across and kicks the ball down. They pick it up around the 30-yard line, return to the middle, and the young man slips down there around the 36-yard line. That's where Nettleton start out, first play of the game. Come out here operating out of a one-back set. Show a little motion here, and come back and try to run a power and get a good tackle there on the outside by Kyle McMullen, sophomore linebacker. Get some help over there from Cornelius Strickland. Come back again, try to run a lead, and tripped up over on that side. Jarrett Ramey and LaMarcus Tucker. Kyle McMullen also there once again. This brings up the third down for him now, and about 5. Run out of a 2 tight end set with a flanker, and they come back and try to run a little counter, and he slips down there. Clark Baker, good job tripping him up there. He might have got big yardage. We didn't read that real well, and that brings him into a punt situation here. And we've got a return on here, but Patrick's going to come free on the outside and almost blocks this ball, and they're going to call a timeout here. They don't have enough men on the field. They come back in and bring everybody down inside here, and outside Patrick gets blocked and goes into their punter. We get a nice return here from Timmy Childress. Breaking it to the outside there, and he's going to take it down our sideline, down in, actually inside the 10-yard line, but that's going to be nullified there. It's going to be brought back, and Nettleton's going to get new life here. Ball's moved across now into our territory around the 42-yard line, and again they come back and try to run their little counter over here, and boy, he's stacked up. That's a good job there by Tim Childress and Antonio McCoy and Ricky Richardson and Kyle McMullen, secondary coming up there. Show a little motion here, and out of the gun, they're going to come back and run counter again. There's Ricky Richardson, and Jarrett Ramey does a good job following that pull and tackle down. Takes him to the play and drop him for a short gain here. Run out of the shotgun here. We're having a little trouble lining up right here like we're supposed to, and don't get any pressure outside the quarterback, and he's got a free run out there for the first down before he's knocked out of bounds out there by LaMarcus Tucker. They got the ball now down inside our 30-yard line around the 28. Again, they're going to stay with this same formation. There's actually an ace doubles. One back, they run the counter play, and we miss him there, and he runs for big yardage down to around the 15-yard line, and they're going to have a first down there. Come back running out of the shotgun here. Again, they're going to run the counter, and he's going to get up inside again and pick up about 3 or 4 yards before he's met there by Clark Baker and Ricky Richardson, Kyle McMullen, Hunter Platt from his safety position. Come back and try to run off tackle power. Stuck there by LaMarcus Tucker. Good job. LaMarcus drops him there for little or no gain.
Well, weight room paid off on that.
Yes, it did. They come back or try to run a fake the counter and let the quarterback keep the ball. We missed him there a few times. There's Raleigh Thomas coming in. Make the tackle, Kyle McMullen there.
Stuart, how about Nick Holly? Their quarterback showed some good quickness.
He's a pretty quick kid, smaller quarterback. And right here, Antonio coming off the edge on a
big
fourth down and drops him. And Antonio does that about as good as anybody we've ever had.
Wasn't too quick to get up off the ground.
Here we are coming out to first down. We're going to run some verticals here early. They kind of pushed us together out here. Didn't do a real good job keeping separation. Great job by our wide receiver, senior Patrick Smith, making a nice catch here to open the game.
Unbelievable catch by Patrick.
40-yard gain to start things out. We're going to come out here and we really widened them out because they were going out with us trying to stop the run with 5 people. We run the inside zone. Tino makes a nice cut back door. Great downfield blocking there by Patrick. 29 yards, so we've made 69 yards on our first 2 plays from scrimmage. We're going to come back and run the counter here. Run the counter T out here. Get a nice run outside. Unfortunately, we get a holding call here. It'll be one of many. I think we had 1 holding in the game, but we had about 7 holding calls. Real upset about that. Not all upset at our kids. You can't penalize high school kids for great effort, and we got a lot of that Friday night. I'm pretty upset about the situation, and again, kids giving great effort downfield, and the days of calling holding calls on your hands being out are past by about 25 years. We make about 12 yards on that forward sweep. A good run there by Cornelius Strickland, senior flanker. Gives us a 2nd down and 8. We're going to come back and run the zone play again. Our line doing a great job zoning them off. Tino makes a nice, again, backdoor cut. Takes us all the way down the inside the 5-yard line. A 20-yard gain, and we're going to come up in the power set here. Give the ball to Timmy. Timmy's a little deep there in that eye, but he gets inside and makes a good run right behind Andy Rogers, Bo Gould, Zach Matthews, Kevin Smith, and Clayton O'Neill doing a good job. Our offensive line really coming together and doing a good job. Tacks on the PAT there. Good snap by Bo Gould, and up and through by our kicker, Scott Wickler, makes it 7-0.
Again, teeing it up here, and this time Mason Reed's going to come across and kick that thing down the right hash, and he's going to take the ball inside the 20 again. They're going to bring it out to the middle of the field. They'll get good pursuit there. Raleigh Thomas there makes contact, brings him down, help from others on the kickoff team. Marcus Sanchez there as well. Nettleton first down now. Again, they're running out of an ace setter, a 2 tight end set with a flanker. They come try to run a midline option and give it away on the dive, and boy, we do a good job there sticking him. We're Tim Childress and Kyle McMullen on stunts there. Bring him down for no gain.
Secondary did a good job, Coach, coming up there and hitting, didn't they?
Very good job. In the counter, and Kyle McMullen there gets hold of it and brings him down. Try to spread us out a little bit, get us in a 1 linebacker set and run the counter on us here. And they're in an A set, which is a 2 tight end. They're going down the seam here, and good coverage there by Antonio McCoy, who has him man along with Hunter Platt. His free safety position, that's going to bring up a punting situation. He kicks a low line drive this time, and Tim takes it and weaves his way back up the middle, and it's going to be brought down just short of midfield.
We're going to come out, we're wanting to run a lot of shotgun, no huddle. Not so much to speed the game up, just to give some different looks here. Kyle checking plays at the line. We're going to run a little speed option over to their bench. This might be the one holding call I can see a little validity in. Griffith doing a good job there and staying after his man. Contact was made up towards the line, but he stayed after him. We get another holding call, the second of many. Backs us up, makes us have a 1st down and 20. We're going to line up in a twins formation. Come back and run the what we call cut tie. Tim Childress makes 2 nice cuts. Makes about a 12-yard gain. Gives us about a 2nd down and 8 here starting the 2nd quarter. We're going to be in left twins. Going to do a little flick motion with our fullback, run the counter T. Center doesn't do a very good job there blocking backside, and he comes off our center's block, makes a tackle backside for no gain. Brings us up a 3rd down and 8. We're going to be in what we call Lobo gun, double twins. See Kyle kind of shifting a little traffic there with LaMarcus Tucker, fullback. Kyle pops up and throws a bullet, and Neil didn't get his hands together there, and just that quick we're in a punting situation. I think this was our only punt of the night. The 7-0 lead. Our defense was playing great. We want to keep that field position. Got a nice punt. Real clip right out in the open field there. I'm not sure why we couldn't get that call made, but we did get clipped pretty badly there. Good hustle by Hunter Platt, even though he got clipped.
Nettleton comes back again, tries to run their little cut counter play there, and boy, he's stuffed again inside by Clark Baker and Kyle McMullen, Tim Childress, Jarrett Ramey, Ricky Richardson. Doing a good job there, and they're going to roll here, and he's going to find a fullback out in the flats. We had a little bit of letdown on our coverage there, and they complete this and get a 1st down, moving the ball up close to our territory. And they're operating our double tight end with the flanker look, eye backfield. Come back, still running that power play out here, and boy, Kyle McMullen does a good job scraping from his Mike linebacker position and drops him for a loss of about 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd down now and about 12. Same play other way, and Kyle's there again. This time he squirms off of him. We get some help there. Clark Baker comes down the line and get help from Raleigh Thomas there. A short gain. It's going to bring about a 3rd down and 8 for him here. And again, they're going to roll. LaMarcus Tucker gets some good pressure on him. Good coverage out here by Antonio McCoy. Kyle McMullen there, Jarrett Ramey as well, applying pressure on the quarterback, and they're going to punt the ball back to us.
Coach, I think that young man watched some film of the Bologna game. He saw Kyle coming and pulled a hook slide. I've never seen anybody throw a football while sliding into third base, but he did it. It's going to set us up there in a good position. Defense holds again. We're going to run the zone play. Antonio McCoy, he gets a backside stunt, makes a nice cut again out the back door, and sheds 2 tackles, makes us about 12 yards, 11 yards. Give us a 1st down. We're going to come up in the, we ran a lot of trips formation Friday night. We're in Rex Trips gun. We're going to run 6 zone. Good opening there by the offensive line. Tino hits up in there for about 6 yards. Here we're going to get a little bit of a low snap. We don't handle it real well, and Kyle doesn't get the ball cleanly to Antonio, and we turn the ball over.
Nettleton's going to take over here, and they're going to move the ball down here on us. Threaten the scores. They're still trying to run that counter. LaMarcus Tucker gets hold of him there, and Ricky Richardson on the tackle. Clark Baker. Again, Jarrett Ramey's doing a good job coming backside on that play. This time we're going to throw the ball out the flats. He's going to dive. They're going to give him the catch there. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down here for him. And we're going to wind up getting a little confused there. Now we're getting lined up right, but he's going to roll hard, and we're not going the right way with their down lineman, and forces a man to come out of the flats to try to take the quarterback, and he's able to dump it to the man that's open there and pick up a big 1st down for them. Really, this is going to be the last time during the ball game that Nettleton threatens to score. Come back again, run a lead play.
Look like a rugby scrum now.
Telling you there, you see all. That's why I like to see defensively. We got everybody in there, 9 people in there on that pile. Still 2 tight ends set. They're going to go ahead and try to leak the man to flats again and get good pressure from LaMarcus, but he's able to turn it up before he's dropped there by Raleigh Thomas, and a great job by Clark Baker coming from his nose guard position, pursuing down the line to the quarterback. They move the ball down now inside our 15-yard line and run that off tackle power, and we miss a tackle in the hole there. Tim's able to trip him up. Raleigh Thomas comes over and helps finish him off. Come back and run a lead play. Got to stick it up in there a little bit better than that. We get a good job over there, though, by Ricky Richardson and Cornelius Strickland. Move the ball now inside our 10-yard line to run the midline option. And Jarrett Ramey does a good job stacking him up along with the 2 linebackers there, Tim and Kyle McMullen. Big play here. We're going to bring Tino off the edge here and they actually get a guy open here, but he's not going to have time to find him. So Antonio comes from backside and has his second sack of the game in a 4th down situation. So
big hole, big holes. Not going to take us long to score here, Coach. Have a big hole. We run a counter tee out the back door to Antonio. He goes about 45 yards, and we like 90 yards for a score. We're going to get it in 2 plays here. We run a counter tee for 45. We're going to come back and run what we call 60 read. Patty running a takeoff outside release, and Kyle hitting him in stride right down their sideline. Breaks 1 tackle, and 45 yards later, Pioneers are up 13-0.
That's where you like to grind it out, isn't it, Coach?
That's the real grinded out offense. 2 45-yard plays is what we like to see. But it was good to see after our fumbled exchange on that 5 zone. We come back here and get a good snap and hold. Holder Patrick Smith. I tell you what, Pat plays one of a few guys that starts both ways. Also holds for us on extra point. Does a great job for us. Great team player. Sky Wycliffe onside. Not much time left in the half. We didn't get to top that ball real good. And it's the kind of thing a defensive coordinator hates to see right before the half. Onside kicks.
They're going to come back up here again out of the gun. They're going to try to get down here and try to score. But, boy, we get good pressure there. Tim Childers hits the quarterback's arm, and Kyle McMullen picks it off. And if he'd waited for Lamarcus's block there, he might have scored. But he was excited. Reminded him of his old fullback days in junior high, and he double-wrapped it and ran over the defender.
That looked good. A little tip drill there, Coach. We're going to go counter flu here. We get another hold here. Unexplainable hold backside on a pass play. Again, I don't know. 17-yard gain. They're going to bring that back. We're going to run the zone play out of the shotgun here. See our trip's getting real wide. We're taking 4 of their guys out of defensive formation. They're trying to stop the run with 5 guys, which they cannot do. We actually break this a little too wide. Tino's got the speed and turns the corner and makes about 5 or 6, but we actually want that play to come up inside. We'll come back here and be in Rex Tripp's gun. That's right flex to the right. Trips, 3 receivers to the left. We're going to fake the zone play to Timmy and roll out here. We don't get a real good block there on the peel back. Actually had a man open, and Kyle had some heat and had to hurry that pass up. We're going to come back here, and it's the same old story. Pioneers are going to break a long run, and we're going to have a holding call. I've watched this play about 30 times this morning and yesterday morning. I hadn't seen a holding call yet. But we're going to get another one. See that yellow flag come out after we're downfield about 15 or 20 yards. Again, made 25 yards on the quarterback counter, and it's brought back. Come back here. We're going to go weak side slant. Pat didn't hardly break that off quite quick enough. And we're going to come right back here on 4th down. It's right before the half and run the same play. They don't have any underneath coverage over here on the weak side. Everybody rolled over to our trip side, and he comes back, throws a nice ball to Patty, and he makes 1, 2 people miss. Finally, the 3rd man, great effort by Patrick, and just comes up about a yard and a half short of the 1st down. We lacked about 20 yards.
We're going to go ahead and run the power, and we're going to stack it up over there with Ricky Richardson and Lamarcus and Riley Thomas, and that's going to wind up coming down here to the end of the half. They might run one more play. Again, they're operating out 2 tight end set. Flanker out to the left, I formation. They try to run their little cut here again, and Jarrett Ramey does a good job stacking him up there. And James Neal also there to help out, and that's going to end the 1st half.
Pioneers lead Nettleton at halftime by a score of 14-0. And coaches, I thought the defining moment in that 1st half was when the defense came up big and stopped them on that 4th down play, and then the offense came back and scored in 2 plays. That took a little bit of the starch out of Nettleton.
Well, it really did. It was a great defensive effort down there by our kids, and we got a big run from Antonio for 45, and then Kyle makes a great throw to Patrick, hits him right in stride. 90-yard drive in 2 plays. That's, as an offensive coach, that's what you like to see. But it was set up by the defense, really bowling up down there on the goal line, keeping them out of the end zone.
Stuart, talk a little bit about being on the road with the Pioneers. What's the routine that you guys go through when you get on the road?
Well, usually we let the kids, depending on how far the trip is, but when the kids get down there, we make sure they got everything packed and ready to go. And once they do, Coach will let them go, and they'll usually get them a snack or something to eat before we leave, and we'll be back at a certain time, and we'll leave, and we'll have some place along the way, usually about halfway, we'll try to stop, and we'll take along some Gatorades and maybe a few things they can snack on, and we'll stop and let them do that. And we get on to the ball game. We get the game. We usually unload the equipment buses, and then the kids will walk the field just to sort of get an idea of what their surroundings are going to be like, check out the field and stuff. And we come back in, and we'll have scheduled times for defensive team meetings, offensive team meetings, and we'll go through our meetings and then go out to our pregame and get ready to play.
Pioneers lead at 14-0 at halftime. We'll be back with second half action right after these messages.
Batesville Pioneer Football 2003 brought to you by Eastman Chemical Company. Good luck, Pioneers. Sears of Batesville, appliances, electronics, lawn, garden, and craftsman tools. Citizens Bank celebrating 50 years. Lakeside Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, and GMC.
Other sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003, Medical Park Orthopedic Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Angel and Dr. J.D. Allen. Midwest Lime, we support the Pioneers. Kosnick Incorporated and Coleman Dairy, Scott Kosnick and Vicki Mosier. And State Representative Cheney and Leah Taylor and Madison.
Other sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003, Beller Dental Clinic, Doctors Bill and Chris Beller, offering general dentistry. New patients welcome. Wholesale Tire, passenger, truck, and commercial tires. Williams Equipment Company, your local full-line John Deere dealer. And Five Star Communications, an authorized agent of Singular Wireless.
Go Pioneers!
Also sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Bryant's Pharmacy, your complete health care center for prescription and medical equipment needs. Carpet Corner, featuring Mohawk carpets, Armstrong vinyls, and Benjamin Moore paints. More sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003, Fred's Fish House and Catering, Randy Ward. Sanders Supply. Visit our kitchen, bath, and lighting showroom at 598 Lawrence. We can help make your house a home. See us for ideas for new homes and remodeling. And Dairy Queen of Batesville, Paul and Sharon Strecker.
Welcome back to Pioneer Football 2003. Pioneers lead at 14-0 at halftime as we start the third quarter. I thought the kids came out refocused in the third quarter and really took care of business.
We really did. I think we scored every time we had the ball up until, well, really, I guess we scored every time we had the ball in the second half. And defensively kept our intensity up. And after we got up about 27-0, I mean, sometimes that's hard to do. But the kids really stayed focused, and we had a good second half, a real good second half.
Pioneers had the option for the third quarter and took the football.
We're going to get the football open in the second half because we deferred in the first half. See a good middle wedge here. Coach Middle put on middle wedge this week, and it looked pretty good. I think when our kids really get the hang of it, it gives us 2 or 3 different options to do as far as kickoff return. Cornelius Strickland doing a good job sticking that ball up in there to about the 46-yard line. We're going to come out here and run the counter T. Have a twin set, 36 counter T. Get some great blocking there by Kevin Smith and Clayton O'Neill at the point of attack. Good job by the kick out of Andy Rogers. We're going to come back and run the same thing to the other side, and that old holding penalty monster rears its ugly head again. Make about 7-8 yards outside and get another holding call, which didn't seem to deter our kids in the second half. We talked about at halftime that it was not going to be a factor. It didn't matter how many holding calls were called. Run a little zone trap there for no gain. Brings up about a 2nd down and 17. We run the zone play to their sideline. Thought they might have been slanting wide side of the field, and they weren't. They get a penalty here. Sets us up at about 3rd and 16. We run hammer pitch. Good job running downhill by Antonio. Don't get a real good block at the point of attack, my fullback, but continues running hard, makes about 10 yards. Come right back here and line up in a little Lex Trips gun. Show a little speed option here. Kyle Francis is going to take it to our sideline. Pitch off the defensive end to Timmy Childers. He ducks his head and makes about 12 yards. Nice little play for us out of the shotgun. Come right back here and try to run 5 zone. Don't get a very good block here. Get off very well with our center. Came on and gave us a good charge from their defensive tackle. We're going to come back here and run counter flu off the zone play. We fake the zone and take it outside. See Kyle is going to hit the backside square in from senior Pat Smith. He does a great job after he was hit to stumble into that end zone and gets his 2nd touchdown of the night to make it 20-0 Pioneers.
Coach, injury-wise, how did we come out of the football game?
Pretty good. We really don't have any bad problems as far as injuries. Hopefully we're going to get starting fullback Lewis Canada back this week. We've rested him 2 weeks. We're going to start him off slow, and he may see limited action this Friday night, but we're going to try and ease him back into the flow pretty softly there. But other than that, Coach, I don't think we had any other injuries.
No, we had no major injuries at all.
Again, I attribute a lot of that just to our summer workout program and how hard the kids have worked in the preseason.
There, Mason Reeves kicks the ball off. Hunter Platt comes down, makes the tackle, and Nettleton's going to sit up here inside their own 30-yard line, run a lead play. Kyle McMullen tries to stack it up there and did a good job there by Jarrett Ramey coming underneath and making the tackle along with Rick Richardson. 2nd down here and about 7. And they're going to try to run the lead. They're getting a little bit of yardage on this now. We're starting to play a little bit high. As the half goes on, our kids are going to come off the ball out low. We're going to talk to them about on the sideline. And this brings up the 3rd down here and short. We got a stun on. Hit him there. Drop him for a little to no gain. Good job there by the inside linebackers. Tim and Kyle, they come back and go for this on 4th down. And then we stack it up there and get good surge over the top there. Antonio McCoy comes up there and pops him. Jarrett's down there on the tackle, and they're going to turn the ball over to us after failing on that 4th down attempt.
All right, here we come up and get a good zone play inside. Good blocking by our receivers downfield. And that old yellow flag pops out again. Made 17 yards, and we're going to call that back. Had a holding call on Tad Dunlap. Again, I told Tad Saturday morning, keep doing what you're doing. That was a great job. We'll come back here and run 36 counter T to Antonio McCoy. He breaks 1 tackle. When he gets in that secondary, he knows what to do. We're real proud of our offense here. I think we had a holding call every single series that we had the ball, but we scored every single series. So we overcame some flags to do it, take care of our business. Extra points wide right. Makes the score 27-0 after that drive.
Again, we got her teed up here, and James Neal's going to boot this ball. Going to come down about the 5-yard line. They're going to try to bring it back up the middle, and they'll do a good job there as Raleigh Thomas gets underneath and gets him. James is there himself. And,
great kickoff from James.
Very good really kickoff. They start the ball inside the 30, try to run a counter. He finds a little running room over there before he's finally tripped up by Cornelius Strickland. Come back running out of the shotgun again, and again they run in a side counter. And good job there by our linebackers. Kyle McMullen stepping up along with Jarrett again. Clark Baker. Come back in short yardage. They're going to make the 1st down. Here's quarterback sneaks it. or interior of our line, bring him down. They got a first down here now. They moved the ball up to about the 40, and a good play there from backside there by Kyle McMullen. Knifed his way through and dropped him for another loss of about a yard.
I'm sure Mr. White, number 33, was a little sore Saturday morning.
He carried that ball 29 times against us Friday night. I think he netted 80 yards and 29 carries. Come back again, run a little naked bootleg. LaMarcus comes off, and we left the flats unattended again. That's something we'll have to work on, because the teams see these films, they'll start picking on us in the flats. We realize that, and we're going to get a lot better on covering them. They come back again in an A set, which is 2 tight end, this time flanker to the left, and they're going to run a lead play, and boy, we do a good job stacking up there. Jarrett comes down from the backside and drops him. Brings up second down and long here. Again, that 2 tight end flanker set. We'll bring a little heat on him. He's going to get a guy out here in the flats, and he's going to come down. They're going to give him a completion there. Pretty good catch by that young man. Third down and about 6 here. Again, they're going to try to bring fullback in the flats. We do a good job covering him. There's a good coverage by Patrick Smith, getting in great position. They try to bring the man inside, and they're going to be forced to punt the ball back to us here. Low line drive kick. Tim does a good job catching that ball over his shoulder, turns it up, and he just about breaks it. Actually trips up over his own man there. He might have got down the sideline on that one.
Good punt return by Timmy, going to set us up. Good field position. Actually, our longest drive of the night, which is 10 plays. We're going to come out here and run the counter T to the strong side. Get some good blocking over there by Andy Rogers, Bo Gould, a tight end, Jarrett Ramey. Like 17 yards. We'll come back here and run a zone again. And had a little mix up here. We had the tailback on the wrong side. And we actually ran 6 zone, but we blocked 5 zone. Wasn't a real good play for us. Lost a yard. Come back here and run a little speed option. And Kyle keeps the ball. Run up inside and shows he can run the ball. Makes about 17. Nice run by Kyle there, getting in the secondary. Again, we're going to come back and run 5 zone. They were giving it to us, and they stunned into it. So the backside slant there, and that's going to make the score 27-0 at the end of the third quarter. Going into the fourth quarter here, come back and run the counter T. Backside, we didn't do a good job sealing off the backside with our people that were blocking backside, and they stopped us for a gain of 2. Brings up a 3rd and 10. We're going to run the cut tie play. Tackling, tight end pulling. Jarrett Ramey and Bo Gould do a good job and make about 7. Sets us up in a 4th down and about 4. We're going to run the hammer pitch. Tino makes a nice cut inside and makes a lot more than 6. Makes about 12 or 13 yards there to give us a first down. Come right back and run the hammer pitch with Tim Childers. Tim probably missed his cut there, went inside and made 3 or 4 yards. Tight end did a good job driving the defensive end down in the gap. We're going to come up here, and they were a little soft on the corners, and we ran the ball so much. We're going to come up here and check 60. Kyle 1 steps and throws a slant just a little bit low to Neal. Good effort there by Cornelius. Incompletion. We come right back and hadn't got the ball to Neal much this night, so we wanted to get him a touch or 2. We run the hammer reverse. Good block outside by Weldon Davis to seal it down inside. And see the official threw another flag there and went and picked it up. I'm not sure what that was about. He may have had a quota for the night and he'd already met it.
I just wanted to keep his elbow warmed up.
We tack it through there. It was Nettleton Raider leaked through there and got a hand on the ball, but it did get through. Almost 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It makes it 34-0.
James going to kick this ball down here, and this guy's going to get on a knee when he catches it, and they're going to call him down or back around the 10-yard line. Nettleton's going to take over there. Again, they want to run out that 2 tight end set. They have a little movement there. It's going to penalize them back 5 yards further. And they're going to start off to 5 now with a first down and 15. Going out of the gun here. And again, the counter. Good job by Jarrett Ramey. Playing that 5 technique coming off his block. Gets help inside there for Clark Baker. Now 2nd down and about 15 to go. Quarterback checking off. They come back and try to run a lead, and Tim Childress on a stunt drops him, gets help there from Cornelius Strickland. Jarrett Ramey on the bottom of the pile as well, and now they're facing a 3rd down and long beneath the shadows of their own goalpost, and they try to run a toss, and Ricky Richardson does a good job, gets outside and makes the tackle. From the backside, you got Jarrett Ramey coming in and helping him, and they're going to be forced to punt the ball back to us. We put Marcus Sanchez, who has dazzled our fans in the JV games this year thus far with his punt returns. I think he's returned 4 for touchdowns already this year.
Dazzled.
But he didn't get an opportunity on that one.
Second team comes in here. They're getting some chance. A lot of our B team guys to show what they can do in a varsity game, and run James Neal there on the counter play. The strong quick side actually makes 5 and come right back, and we're going to run the counter play again. I believe this time is to Crazy Leg Smith, and he breaks outside, makes a nice cut outside, 1 block away from taking the ball down for a score, and makes 12 yards. We come right back. We're just running the counter play, doing a good job, both strong and weak. James Neal again for 8. We're going to get Joe Avelka in there. He's got a broken wrist, but Joe's a tailback as well as a real good special teams player. For a senior, trying to get him a carry. It's hard to grab a hold of that ball with a broken wrist. And Joe, he saw some daylight outside. He was upset he didn't get a grip on that ball. We lost 1. Come back and going to run the counter T again. Again to Jeremy Smith. He hits up in there nicely. Makes about 9 yards. Gets us down there close. Real close. And going to have James Neal run the power play. Good looking power play. And guess what? Got a hold. So we're going to back it up. Go back at him again. Run the pitch play to Jeremy Smith for no gain. And we're going to come right back and kind of miss the play there. But it was a power play. I believe it was James Neal going in the end zone for the final score for the Pioneers.
James getting his first varsity touchdown of his career there.
Addison Rayford on to try the extra point with our number 2 extra point team. Does a good job. Kicks it up and through. Sophomore. About 3:36 left. That'll be the final score, 41-0. We do have a lot of kids that play in these games here at the end of the game, but we also have a full slate of B games, so trying to get as many as we can with the clock running at this point because we have a 35-point lead.
Might mention the JV team defeated Newport last Monday night.
Yes, had a big win. Final score, I believe, is 42-6.
And we see Marcus Sanchez on the kickoff tackle. They come back and run a lead play again and do a good job again. Interior of the line, there's old Clark, Ricky coming in. They're going to come back here again, and James Walden's in the game. Will Backer now is going to come through and nail that fullback, knock the ball loose. It's going to get on the ground there, and we're going to come up with it. I think Ricky Richardson and Jarrett Ramey both recovered that fumble, and we're going to take over here.
We're going to sit on the ball here. We didn't want to score anymore, but boom, our quarterback, Bo Reynolds, takes a pretty good left cross to the temple. Some of the crowd started chanting for another touchdown, but at this point... we
got a cheap shot right there by 88 on Sam Deskin also.
Yes, we did. We had a couple of those. And
I will say Coach Dover gave 85 a pretty good talking to on the sidelines.
He also apologized after the game. Coach Dover does a great job with those kids, and we know that's not what he wanted to happen at that point. Good victory for us, 41-0.
Pioneers win it by a final of 41-0 to move to 4-0-1, but more importantly, 2-0 in the conference.
Big win. The one thing we have to get our kids to understand, and I think they do, we've got some great senior leadership. Every conference game is just as important. I mean, you can't just highlight those games against Valonia and win. We had a lot of people ask about win. Win's a long way away. We've got a lot of football to play between now and then, and I even heard Hootens for once. I hadn't been watching Hootens, but I watched it this weekend. We were on it again, and Chad and Chris and them talking about a big showdown with us and win. Boy, that's how you get upset. And our kids, I think, understand the importance of every week playing hard and taking care of our business and not worrying about what somebody else is doing or what somebody else is saying in the media. And our kids have gotten a lot of attention this year, rightfully so, but at the same time, we've got to get better each and every week.
Final score, Batesville 41, Nettleton 0. We'll be back to talk about next week's opponent, the Greene County Tech Eagles, right after these messages.
Batesville Pioneer Football 2003 brought to you by Batesville Cold Storage, serving the Batesville area for 10 years. Independence Ford Mercury, sales, leasing, service, and parts. White River Insurance Agency, a tradition of insurance excellence since 1953. And Batesville Glass, commercial, residential, and auto.
Also sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Townsend's, pleased to support Pioneer Football. Autry's White River Furniture Company, we love customers. ConAgra, working hard to become America's favorite food company. And Stanley Wood Chevrolet Pontiac, Scott Wood Chrysler Dodge Jeep.
Other sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003, Settles Cleaners, let us do your dirty work. GDX Automotive, go Pioneers. Mazzio's Pizza, try our lunch buffet, 11 to 2 every day. WRMC Pros, proud to provide professional sports medicine services to the BHS Athletic Department. And Charlie's Menswear, largest selection of jeans in the area. Shop us for quality selection at quality prices.
And also sponsoring Pioneer Football 2003, Independence County Abstract Company, Glendale McMullen and Cynthia Nicholson, serving the people of Independence County for over 60 years. Kelly White's Restaurant, buffets every day at lunch and Friday and Saturday nights. Van Atkins, your locally owned family department store, proudly serving the Batesville area for over 50 years.
Pioneer Football 2003 also brought to you by White Rogers and Emerson Climate Technologies Company. Sonic Drive-In Family Night Special, 1/2 price single patty burgers, 5 to close, Tuesdays at 715 St. Louis Street and 2950 Harrison. Also, Pioneer Football 2003 brought to you by the VFW, Post 4501, Batesville.
And sponsoring Batesville Pioneer Football 2003, Thompson's Jewelry, downtown Batesville. Quality jewelry since 1924 at Thompson's. Wildwood Independent Living Center, where senior citizens can live in comfortable surroundings while maintaining their independence. Riverside Mobile Homes at the top of Ramsey Mountain, family owned and operated since 1989. Nora's Boutique and Merle Norman Cosmetic Studio, for more than the ordinary. More sponsors of Pioneer Football 2003, Batesville Poultry Equipment, 1401 White Drive. Good luck, Pioneers. Atlas Asphalt and White River Materials remind you to use caution in construction areas. Please work with our flagmen. We will do everything we can to get you through the construction with a minimum of delay. And First Community Bank, the cornerstone of our community.
Pioneers will be back in Pioneers Stadium to take on the Greene County Tech Eagles Friday night. And coaches, what I like about this schedule is fans have a lot of opportunities to see the football team this year.
Really do. We've got 6 home games, Mark, and of course we'll be coming up this week, Greene County Tech at home, and then we'll be away with BB, and then back home for homecoming with Paragould, and then on the road one more time for Marion, and then the final game will be at home against Wynn, and then if the Pioneers are fortunate enough to get first or second in the conference, we'll have the first playoff game at home. And if we were very fortunate and we were the district champion and could win that first home playoff game, we'll have 2 playoff games. So possibility here of 5 more games at home at Pioneer Stadium if the Pioneers take care of their business and continue to get better. So could be a lot of football to be played at Pioneer Stadium.
Speaking of the conference, let's talk about the 4A East right now with 2 games in the books.
Well, us and Wynn are at the top of the conference at 2-0, and then you have a kind of a log jam right below there. Valonia is 1-1, Paragould is 1-1, BB and Marion are all 1-1. So you've got kind of stuck in second place, a log jam there, and then at the bottom you have Nettleton and Greene County Tech are winless after 2 games. So with Greene County Tech coming up, this will be kind of their last stand. Obviously, if they want any chance to to get that 4th place playoff, they'll have to upset us at home. Last week's games, BB and Marion, a lot of people thought Marion would win that game, and BB won that game rather comfortably, 27-6. That was kind of, I know in the coach's office, we were a little bit surprised about that. Not that I just thought it'd be a real close, maybe a little higher scoring game. And Valonia and Paragould, Coach, I don't know about you, but I kind of thought that'd be a closer game. We knew what kind of team Valonia had, but Paragould had been playing good ball, and 34-7, Valonia handled them pretty easily down there. And then, of course, Wynn and Greene County Tech, 34-14. We've got that film, and Wynn won the game pretty easy, but Greene County did move the ball against them, was very effective, and scored a couple times. So we'll have our hands full this Friday night playing Greene County at home. And like I said earlier, the one thing we've got to do, and we've tried hard to do, is our kids need to understand we've got to get better every week. We just got to continue to keep climbing that ladder and not be as concerned about the competition as we are the Pioneers, because I think sometimes as coaches we get too concerned about the other team and what they're doing or what they're not doing. And what we're trying to focus on and our main function is just the Pioneers to get better. We want to be a good football team, and to do that we got to worry about the Pioneers and not worry so much about who we're playing and what the things they're going to do. If we're sound offensively and fly that ball defensively, we've got a chance to beat anybody.
And Stuart, Greene County Tech will come in here, and it's always a good rivalry between these 2 schools, no matter what the sport. You mentioned Friday night on the show that they've got a new coach, a new scheme, and we've got that bullseye on our back.
Sure we do, and those kids are going to come in here, and he's going to have them fired up. Coach Ford is a really good football coach, was very successful at Ozark prior to coming over there, and I think he's sort of trying to rejuvenate their program. It's a new scheme, but it's still an option scheme, and Greene County Tech, for as long as I can remember, their base offense has been wrapped around a triple option football, and they're no different this year. So it's going to be a little bit different scheme for us to look at defensively, but it's going to be exciting to get to play against it too.
We mentioned the JV team. They had a big win against Newport on Monday night. I believe they're undefeated now, 4-0. Talk about those kids a little bit.
JV has been undefeated to this point. We have Highland coming up at Highland this Monday night. They're 4-0, and the football program went undefeated in September. That's the first time we've ever done that. JV and varsity both. Neither one have been beaten, and we take a lot of pride in that. Kids take a lot of pride in Monday night, the JV ball, and we really, I think we put a lot more importance on JV than a lot of people do. I take pride in the fact that those kids, they're going to be our football team in the future. And I know we play more JV games than a lot of people. We play 9 games this year, and I just think it's real important when you have as many kids out there as we've had this year, and hadn't had any kids quit. I'm proud of that. After we got up to the season, we've still got our team intact, and kids have had a great attitude, and it's just real important for those kids to, sometimes it makes it hard on the kids and the coaches getting in, at midnight on Monday night to get up and get to school and what have you, but at the same time, it's kids have done a great job and take a lot of pride in that JV football team.
And Stuart, let's mention the importance of having a good crowd Friday night for the kids.
Oh yeah, our kids really feed off the crowd, and if we'll get a good crowd there and yell, I guarantee you it'll raise the level of play of our players, and I hope everyone gets an opportunity to come out to the game Friday. We'll do so because this is a very good football team, and it's one that the community should be proud of, and I know that the kids are very proud that they represent Batesville when they go on the road or play at home. And so I hope we have a great atmosphere Friday night.
Pioneers will take on the Greene County Tech Eagles at 7:30 Friday night at Pioneers Stadium. For Stu Smith, for Dave King, I'm Mark Lamberth. We'll see you next week.
This week, the Pioneers visited the middle school.